Close your eyes for a moment and imagine this, a single touch, just your fingertip pressing gently against a small spot on your earlobe. And suddenly, your mind feels lighter, your focus sharper, your memory clearer, as if someone has wiped the dust from an ancient mirror hidden inside you. Sounds unbelievable? Yet this is not fantasy. This is a secret that has been whispered through ancient traditions, a forgotten key to unlocking the hidden doors of the human mind. You see, the ear is not just an organ for hearing. Across cultures, from Chinese medicine to Indian Ayurveda, it has been seen as a miniature map of the entire body and mind. Every curve, every fold, every tiny point is a gateway. And among these gateways, the earlobe holds a particularly mystical power. It is more than just soft flesh hanging from your ear. It is a hidden switch, a sacred bell. When touched in the right way, it sends ripples through your nervous system, reaching the very core of your brain. Think about it. Have you ever felt that sudden calmness when someone pressed just below your ear? That strange relaxation that clears your head? That is not coincidence. That is the language of your nervous system, a direct signal from your ear to your brain. Science itself admits that the ear and brain are connected through invisible wiring, through the vagus nerve and other pathways that influence memory, focus, and emotional balance. But ancient wisdom goes even further. Masters and healers believed that the earlobe is not just biological, it is energetic. It is a portal to memory, concentration, and higher consciousness. When you press this sacred spot, something happens. Your heartbeat and breath fall into rhythm. Your restless thoughts begin to quiet down. Your awareness sharpens. Like the flame of a candle in still air, this is not only about remembering better or focusing harder. This is about entering a state where your inner silence awakens. A silence that is alive, a clarity that cuts through the noise of the world. Ancient Chinese acupressure charts describe the ear as a reflection of the human body, like a child curled inside the womb. Touch the earlobe, and you activate the head, the brain, the mind. Touch it with awareness, and you awaken something more subtle, your ability to recall, to concentrate, to connect with the deeper layers of yourself. But here is the hidden truth. This spot is not just for boosting your memory or improving focus. It is a spiritual receptor, a place where your soul seems to whisper, "I am here. Awaken me." And once you begin to use it consciously, you will feel it. Not only will your concentration sharpen, but your inner vision will expand. You will feel lighter, calmer, more in tune with the rhythm of your own being. Now imagine, if a single point on your ear can do this, what other hidden gateways exist within the human body? How many silent switches has nature given us, waiting to be discovered? This is the mystery we are going to unfold together. We are going to explore the sacred spot on the earlobe that can awaken both your mind power and your soul clarity. And I promise you this, after today, you will never look at your ears the same way again. They are not just for listening to the world outside. They are for listening to the silence within. So if you're ready to step into this journey, to touch a forgotten key and unlock a deeper version of yourself, stay with me. And if this already resonates with you, make sure to subscribe and drop a super thanks to support the channel. Because what we are about to uncover will take us into a realm that modern science is only beginning to understand. But ancient wisdom has always known. Have you ever noticed how the smallest parts of our body often hold the greatest mysteries? The ear is one of them. At first glance, it seems ordinary, just a curve of skin and cartilage. But if you look closer, if you listen with more than your outer senses, you begin to realize the ear is not just an organ of hearing. It is a map, a secret map, carrying the imprint of your entire body, mind, and even spirit. Tonight, I want to take you across that hidden landscape, gently, step by step, so you can see how your ear has always been speaking to you. Long before modern medicine put names to our nerves, ancient healers were already tracing invisible lines across the ear. In Chinese medicine, the ear was seen as a miniature version of the body, a microcosm. Each curve, each hollow, connected to an organ, a thought, or a hidden memory. The color of the ear, the texture of the lobe, even the warmth of its skin, these were read like sacred texts by physicians of old. In Ayurveda, too, the ear was not just flesh. It was energy, prana flowing in tiny rivers that mirrored the entire body's pathways. The Egyptians drew their gods with elongated ears, believing divine beings had the power to hear beyond sound, to hear truth itself. In The Web That Has No Weaver, author Ted J. Kapchuk writes of this tradition, describing how the ear, though small, reflects the entire organism like a hologram. Imagine holding a pearl that contains the whole ocean. This is how the ancients described the ear. Small on the outside, infinite within. Modern science, surprisingly, does not dismiss this view. It deepens it. The ear is wired into the nervous system like a control panel. Tiny nerves branch here like roots, connecting directly into the brain. The auricular branch of the vagus nerve runs through the ear, carrying signals to the heart, the lungs, and the memory centers of the mind. Other nerves, like the trigeminal and facial, link this small structure to vast networks of thought and feeling. To touch the ear is to whisper directly to the nervous system, to send a message, not only to your body, but also to your state of consciousness. Stanley Rosenberg, in his book, Accessing the Healing Power of the Vagus Nerve, describes how certain points of the ear can shift a person from anxiety into calm. He notes that gentle stimulation of the auricular points helps activate the parasympathetic state, the body's healing mode, where memory sharpens, focus returns, and the mind feels clear again. The ancients may have called it energy flow, but modern language calls it neural regulation. Different words, the same truth, but beyond science and history, there is poetry in the shape of the ear itself. If you trace its outline, you'll notice it resembles a tiny fetus curled in the womb. Taoist masters saw this as no accident. They believed the ear carries the memory of our beginning, the very first moment we entered life. Touching the earlobe, then, was like touching the gate of birth, reminding the body of its origin and its potential to renew itself. The Egyptians, too, carved figures with ears larger than life, as if the divine act of listening was the highest spiritual power. To touch the ear is to listen to the silence beneath all sound. Manly P. Hall, in The Secret Teachings of All Ages, reflects on how every part of the human form holds symbolic meaning, hidden codes left for those willing to look deeper. The ear, he suggests, is one of those silent symbols, its spiral curve echoing the very pattern of creation. So what about memory and focus? Here is where the map grows even clearer. On the lobe, close to where earrings are often placed, lies the point that corresponds to the mind's center, the regions of memory, clarity, and attention. Press here lightly, and you begin to awaken circuits in the brain, linked to sharper recall and steadier focus. Move your finger just a little higher, and you may find the points that ease emotional tension. Higher still, toward the rim, are places connected to higher consciousness and intuition. It is as if the ear is a ladder, climbing from physical memory at the base to spiritual vision at the top. If you are watching this now, place your fingers gently on your lobe. Notice its softness. Notice the warmth it carries, even in stillness. Now slowly glide your touch upward, feeling the curve shift beneath your skin. Can you sense how each part feels different? This is your body's map, drawn in flesh and sound. There's an old story told in whispers among healers. A student once struggled to memorize sacred verses. He sat before his master, frustrated, unable to hold the words. The master did not scold him, nor did he offer more teaching. Instead, he reached out, touched the boy's earlobe, and held it gently between his fingers. "Breathe," he said. "Let your ear remember." Within days, the student's memory grew sharper, his mind steadier, as though the verses had been living inside him all along. Sometimes wisdom is not passed through words, but through touch, and perhaps you have done the same without knowing why. Have you ever found yourself tugging at your ear when you were lost in thought? Or rubbing it lightly when feeling anxious? Maybe in those moments, your body was guiding you back to this ancient key, reminding you that memory and focus are already within you, waiting to be awakened. I would love to know, have you ever caught yourself touching your ear like that unconsciously? Share it in the comments below. Your story may awaken recognition in someone else. The ear is not just a piece of the body, it is a living map of both body and spirit. By learning its language, you begin to unlock doors you didn't know existed. And when we press into the lobe with awareness, when we give it our attention, something inside stirs, and memory begins to return, like a long-forgotten song humming through the silence. Now that you understand how your ear is a map of both body and mind, it's time to bring that knowledge into your hands. This is where theory becomes experience, where the hidden pathways you've just discovered begin to awaken beneath your touch. Let's move together into a gentle, mindful practice that can shift your memory, your focus, and even your inner calm in the span of just a minute. First, make sure you are seated comfortably. Your back should be straight, shoulders soft, and your hands resting lightly in your lap. Take a deep breath in and let it out slowly. Close your eyes if it feels comfortable, and notice the subtle weight of your body sinking into the chair. Feel the connection between your feet and the floor, your spine, and the support behind you. Now imagine a soft golden light hovering just above your earlobe, warm, gentle, inviting. This light represents the awakening energy of focus and clarity that already exists within you. Gently lift your hand and place your index and middle fingers on your earlobe. Feel the texture of the skin, soft yet alive, pulsing slightly with your own subtle heartbeat. This is no ordinary touch. This is a conscious connection with one of your body's most potent gateways. Apply just enough pressure to feel a soft warmth or subtle tingling. Nothing sharp, nothing uncomfortable. Allow your breath to flow naturally with this touch. Inhale, feeling expansion in your mind. Exhale, releasing tension from your shoulders, your jaw, your thoughts. As you maintain this gentle pressure, invite your imagination to join. Visualize waves of calm, focus, and memory spreading from your earlobe into the depths of your brain. Picture these waves illuminating pathways, lighting up neurons like stars in a night sky. Notice how the touch, combined with your breath and visualization, awakens a subtle awareness of your own body's intelligence. Stay here for 30 to 60 seconds, letting your attention rest fully on the sensations that arise. Warmth, tingling, subtle currents. Allow yourself to notice without expectation, without judgment. Now you may want to explore a variation. Gently move your fingers in small circular motions along the earlobe. Feel how the pressure shifts, how different areas respond differently. Perhaps you'll notice that one spot feels more sensitive or alive than another. Another variation is to hold the lobe and apply a very gentle downward pull. This motion can stimulate the memory pathways even more directly, awakening clarity as if the fog in your mind is lifting with each tiny movement. Experiment with these variations slowly, sensing what feels most natural for your body today. It's important to remember that this is not simply a mechanical exercise. Touch alone is not enough. Your mind, your attention, your breath all must accompany your fingers. When you pair the touch with conscious breathing, you activate the vagus nerve, a hidden thread connecting the ear to your heart, your lungs, your brain. This is why even a small, mindful touch can shift your nervous system from a state of tension into a parasympathetic, relaxed state. And yet there is more than science at play here. Mystically speaking, each touch opens subtle energy channels, pathways of memory and awareness that have always been present but dormant. You may notice a flicker of clarity, a gentle alertness, a sense of calm that feels almost like recognition, a memory of your own inner self. You might ask yourself, what did I just feel? Tingling, soft warmth, perhaps even a sense of lightness or release. These sensations are your body speaking back to you, reminding you of the intelligence that lives within your form. I encourage you to share in the comments what you experienced, because even small reflections can awaken recognition in someone else who watches. If you have a little more time, there is an extended practice you can try. As you continue holding your earlobe, hum softly or whisper a gentle mantra of focus or clarity. Visualize that golden light radiating outward from the ear, spreading through your head, down your spine, and out into your entire being. Let this light weave together body and mind, memory and awareness into one cohesive field of calm attention. Even a minute of this practice can leave a lingering sense of focus and tranquility that follows you throughout the day. There is an old story, whispered through generations of healers, of a student struggling to memorize sacred texts. No matter how hard he tried, the words slipped through his mind. His master, without saying a word about technique or effort, placed a gentle hand on the student's earlobe, guiding his breath for a single minute. The student later described feeling as if fog lifted from his mind, as if the knowledge had been there all along, waiting for the key of touch to awaken it. Sometimes wisdom is not passed through instruction. It is passed through awareness, through simple, deliberate touch, and perhaps you have experienced this unconsciously, without realizing it. Have you ever found yourself rubbing or tugging at your ear when lost in thought, anxious, or trying to remember something? Maybe in those moments your body was reminding you of this ancient key, whispering that clarity and focus are already within your reach. Share that experience in the comments. Your story may help someone else recognize the hidden maps within their own body. This practice, while simple, is profound. By bringing awareness, breath, and gentle touch together, you awaken pathways that have always existed, but have remained silent until now. And if you practice even briefly each day, you may begin to notice subtle shifts, sharper memory, clearer thinking, a calmness that rests beneath the surface of every thought. These are the first signs of the deeper transformation waiting within you. Now that you have touched, breathed, and visualized along your earlobe, you may begin to notice subtle changes within. Perhaps at first they are delicate, a gentle shift in sensation, a soft stirring of energy, but they are very real. Your body and mind are responding, awakening in a way that has been waiting for your attention. These are the whispers of your inner self, the signals of pathways long dormant, now beginning to hum with life. Some of the first signs may appear in your body. You might feel warmth spreading through your ear, a soft tingling moving down the neck, or a gentle pulsing in your temples. It is not unusual to sense lightness, as if invisible tension is melting away. These physical sensations are the body's language, a dialogue between touch, breath, and nervous system. As the auricular branch of the vagus nerve awakens, it sends calming signals through your body, encouraging energy to flow freely and harmoniously. Even the smallest tingles or warmth carry a profound message that energy is shifting, circulation is improving, and your inner channels are beginning to open. Along with these physical responses, the mind often experiences a gentle yet unmistakable clarity. Thoughts may feel lighter, less scattered, more ordered. You may notice memory coming forward with ease, or ideas becoming sharper and easier to hold. Even if the changes feel subtle, know that your brain is quietly responding, activating neural pathways associated with attention, memory, and focus. Take a moment now, pause, notice how your thoughts feel in comparison to before you touched your ear. Can you sense any subtle organization or calm? Perhaps a soft awareness of space within your mind. These are the first signs of your inner focus awakening. Emotional shifts may follow in tandem. Many people report feeling a sense of relief, as if invisible weight has lifted from their shoulders or chest. Anxiety may melt softly like morning mist, tension dissolving in a wave of calm. Sometimes a gentle sadness appears, not as pain but as release, a clearing of old emotions that have lingered unacknowledged. Imagine the soft exhale of your heart, the quiet letting go of burdens that no longer serve you. This is the energetic echo of the ear's pathways, connecting the body's touch points to the deepest corners of your emotional self. Reflect now. What did you feel as you pressed the earlobe? Did an emotion surface unexpectedly? Share your experience in the comments below. Sometimes your reflection can awaken recognition in someone else who needs it most. There is also a subtle spiritual awakening that can accompany this practice. As attention and touch merge, a heightened awareness often arises. Some describe it as a whisper from within, a sense of inner guidance, or a gentle knowing that moves beyond words. Picture golden light radiating from your ear, flowing through your nervous system, expanding into the mind and heart, connecting body and spirit. Each touch, each mindful breath, awakens these subtle energy channels, inviting you to listen to your body's intelligence. Barbara Ann Brennan, in The Energy of Life, explains that auric fields and energy pathways respond to conscious touch, allowing us to harmonize with our own life force. This is what you are experiencing now, your energy moving, reconnecting, aligning. Stories from practitioners illustrate these effects beautifully. One woman, who had struggled with scattered thoughts for years, spent a quiet minute practicing this earlobe technique each morning. She described the sensation as if a veil had lifted from her mind. Suddenly, she could recall names, dates, and details she had long forgotten. More than memory improved. She felt a calmness, a soft serenity, settling within her chest and mind. Another practitioner, after a long day of stress, found that pressing the earlobe brought a quiet release, as if the weight of the day was gently drawn away. These stories remind us that even a small, mindful practice can produce profound changes over time. Remember, each person's experience will be unique. You may notice intense clarity immediately, subtle emotional release, or simply a gentle warmth that signals awakening. The important thing is to be present, to observe without expectation. The ear has been holding this intelligence all along, patiently waiting for your attention. By touching it with awareness, you allow the inner pathways to awaken naturally, harmonizing mind, body, and spirit. Have you ever touched your ear without realizing why? Perhaps when anxious, deep in thought, or trying to recall something. Maybe in those moments, your body was guiding you to this practice unconsciously, reminding you that focus and clarity are already within your reach. I would love to know, what did you notice today? Did a memory surface unexpectedly, or did a soft sense of calm appear? Share your reflections in the comments. Your insights may awaken recognition in others and deepen the shared journey of discovery. Even if you do not notice dramatic effects immediately, trust the process. Subtle shifts are the beginning of deeper transformation. With each gentle touch, each mindful breath, you are retraining your nervous system, reconnecting to your body's intelligence, and inviting your energy to flow freely. The journey does not end here. It continues quietly, subtly, as you carry these moments of awareness throughout your day. As these inner changes begin to stir, imagine the next steps. With regular mindful practice, the subtle warmth, tingling, clarity, and calm can deepen. The earlobe, once a forgotten part of your body, becomes a gateway to sharper memory, steadier focus, and a profound sense of inner peace. Now that you have explored the subtle effects of touching your earlobe, the next step is to bring this practice into your daily life. Even a minute or two each day can quietly transform the way your mind, body, and spirit work together. These small, mindful moments are like seeds planted in fertile soil. Over time, they grow into lasting clarity, focus, and calm. To begin, find a comfortable seat. Your back soft but straight, shoulders relaxed. Bring your attention to your earlobe, placing your index and middle fingers gently upon it. Breathe slowly and deeply. Inhale, allowing your mind to expand. Exhale, releasing any lingering tension. Visualize a soft golden light radiating from the point of touch, spreading through your nervous system, lighting up pathways of memory, focus, and inner calm. You may experiment with small circular motions along the lobe or a gentle downward pull. If it feels natural, add a quiet hum or whisper a soft mantra, letting your awareness flow with the energy. Short-term effects of this daily ritual can appear almost immediately. You might notice sharper recall of details, a subtle ease in focus, or a lighter mental state. Physical sensations such as warmth or gentle tingling may ripple through your head and neck, and your shoulders may drop naturally as tension releases. Emotionally, you may feel a soft lifting of old worries or a small, comforting sense of calm. Even if the changes seem small, they are meaningful. They are the whispers of your nervous system, awakening to a quieter, more aligned state. Over weeks and months, the benefits deepen. Memory and attention can become more reliable. Emotional reactions may soften, and a natural clarity may settle into your daily thinking. Spiritually, you may notice a gentle, intuitive awareness emerging, a subtle guidance from within, helping you navigate life with greater ease. These results are not forced. They unfold naturally as your practice continues, a quiet blossoming of focus, calm, and inner wisdom. As you begin to weave this practice into your day, take a moment to notice where and when you performed it. Did you feel a small shift in your focus or a trace of calm? Share your reflections in the comments. Your experience may inspire someone else to explore this hidden pathway of clarity. Remember, these small daily moments are not just exercises, they are a bridge connecting you to the deeper potential of your mind, body, and spirit. As this journey of daily awareness continues, subtle transformations accumulate, preparing the mind and heart for the final reflections and gentle guidance that follow in our concluding section. As you sit here, having explored the hidden pathways within your earlobe, take a moment to honor the journey you've just undertaken. From the first gentle touch to the waves of subtle warmth and clarity, you have begun a quiet awakening, a reminder that transformation often begins in the smallest, most overlooked corners of our body. This is not just a technique. It is an invitation to reconnect with yourself, to notice the intelligence your body has been quietly holding all along. Think back on the journey, the earlobe's secret point that carries memory and focus, the delicate tingling that flowed through your mind and body, the emotional release that softened tension, and the daily practice that now becomes a bridge toward lasting calm and clarity. Like a quiet river, these moments flow gently, shaping your inner landscape without force. Each breath, each touch, each mindful pause carries the potential to awaken wisdom that has always been present but often overlooked. Ancient healers recognize this subtle power, calling it a doorway to inner knowledge. Today, you have opened that doorway for yourself. I invite you now to reflect. Where did you practice today? Did you notice even the slightest shift in your focus, memory, or sense of calm? Perhaps a gentle warmth, a flicker of clarity, or a quiet release from tension. Share your experience in the comments below. Your reflections may awaken recognition in someone else, guiding them to a similar discovery. And if this video resonated with you, let us know with a like, or share even a simple dislike if you feel it didn't fully connect. Every piece of feedback helps this quiet exploration grow. If this brief touch of awareness has stirred something within you, imagine what may unfold when you explore another hidden point on your body. Here at the Spine Gospel, we gently guide you through ancient wisdom, subtle energy, and mindful practices that awaken the mind, body, and spirit. Every day you practice, even for a minute, is a step toward a deeper clarity, a more centered presence, and a softer, calmer engagement with life itself. As we close, allow yourself to visualize a soft, golden light radiating from the earlobe, spreading through your mind and body, touching every nerve, every thought, every heartbeat. Feel the quiet awakening within you, a gentle recognition of your own inner wisdom. This is your journey, one that continues with each mindful touch, each conscious breath, each reflective moment. Remember, clarity, focus, and calm are not destinations. They are a living, unfolding process, revealed step by step. Take this moment with you, Subscribe to stay connected with more gentle discoveries. Continue your daily practice and allow yourself to fully awaken to the subtle, powerful intelligence your body has always held. Thank you for taking this quiet, transformative step today.